command was to Abraham to circumcise his son Isaac. So the implication is that it's Eric's responsibility to circumcise his son. Kind of made a deal. I don't think you realize I was making a deal with you. But the deal is, he's not going to do it. We're doing the circumcision privately in the other bedroom. Just the grandparents are going to come in there, and Eric is going to be standing right next to me when I actually do the circumcision. At a safe point in time, you lightly touch my arm like this, not like that, it's a little light touch. Through that connection, my hand becomes an extension of yours, and through that connection, you're literally obeying the commandment to circumcise your son as a sign of the covenant. This baby was given a topical anesthetic. Right now, he's signaled with sugar water and sweet wine. So Julie, he's probably not going to feel anything, so he's going to be okay. All right? And babies sometimes cry, though. We just lay them down and take their clothes off. Though he wasn't crying before we took his clothes off, so maybe he won't cry at all. But the circumcision is only about 90 seconds, but we'll probably be in there a little bit more than that because I take his clothes off, and sometimes they leave me a little present. So when we come back out of the bedroom, we're going to stand right back here again for the naming, explanation of the name, and some blessings, including the blessing that all of you are going to be giving to this family. So we'll begin on page 1 to see if you can participate in a moment. A new child is coming to the world. We rejoice for him, for his family. And in Hebrew, we all say Baruch haba. Baruch haba. May he who comes be blessed. Now we'll ask the two grandmas to come and light candles. And the tradition of candles in the Bris, Shirley, go over there with Barbara. The tradition of candles in the Bris goes back to a time in history when in some communities, particularly in Eastern Europe, it was illegal to do any Jewish practices. So everybody would know that Eric and Julie had a baby because they all lived in the same community. They just wouldn't know when the bris was going to take place until they saw candles in the window. Light the second candle for the first. And then Shirley, you can go back and stand next to your daughter. Don't move around, wait as before. Back in the same position. You get right here. Come down a little bit, and then your mother and father come in here too. So now Barbara, the first two paragraphs on page 1, and then Shirley the next two.
One candle kindles another without losing its own light, so we kindle these lights to acknowledge a new light in the life of our family.
Yes, Ken.
No, keep going.
These candles remind us of the light in our eyes that this child has kindled. The flickering flames represent the ever-changing soul that is our innermost being.
Shirley?
This little boy has already brought light into our lives. May God's radiance continue to shine upon him. May he grow to be a source of light to all those around him. May his presence bring added brightness and warmth in us all. Bless us, God, all of us together, with the light of your countenance.
Now on page 2, Barbara, then Mitchell, then Shirley, then Dana.
Our God and God of all generations, we are grateful for new beginnings, for the bond of a new life that links one generation to another. Now another great goodness has come to us, the miracle of a new life, a new child to love.
May this little boy grow up in health and happiness to become a blessing to his family, his community, his friends, and all who come to know him.
May his parents find much joy in the years that lie before them. May they rear him with wisdom and understanding, teaching him the ways of righteousness and the practice of love and kindness.
Right.
May we too be granted the joy of seeing our grandson develop and grow, helping him along the way to fulfill the best that is in him.
Eric and Julie together, the first paragraph, and each of you take a paragraph.
In conformity with hallowed Jewish observance, we present our son for initiation into the covenant of Abraham. O God, we are grateful for this child and ask your blessing and guidance as we raise our son. As we look into the future, we pray for a child whose hands will build and whose heart will preserve what is good and beautiful in this world. Who will learn to laugh, yet never forget how to weep. Who will reach into the future, yet never forget the past. By the way we live, we aspire to teach our son to become a caring and loving person. We hope that in seeking to fulfill himself, he will accept his responsibilities to others and to his heritage. We dedicate ourselves to the creation of a loving home and to a life of compassion for others. hoping he will learn from our example. Be with us, his parents, as we begin this deep journey through life.
As you can tell from these readings, the theme of Bris is the theme of hope. And there's nothing more hopeful for parents and grandparents and great-grandma Lily, who couldn't be here, and all the relatives and friends that are here, nothing more hopeful for all of you than the birth of a new baby. And the symbol of hope in Judaism is the prophet Elijah, the same Elijah we have in the Passover Seder. And because we always have a place of honor for Elijah, Elijah was a prophet, he made sure that this could be done when there was a time in history when it was forbidden, and Elijah will be just the hope for the future. The tradition always gives us a chair for Elijah, we're right here, right for the palace, the same palace that was wrapped around Julia and Eric at their wedding. It's exactly say Shaliah is a Kohatov. This is the chair of Elijah, which remember for good. Let us Grandpa Mitchell to sit in the chair of Elijah. We're doing like you talked about Kasadog, you think the eternal when it was good. Whose love is everlasting. If you're up.
Who's got the
It's over here.
Here we go.
Okay, you gotta get Purell. We do like you told you on Kasadog, you thank the eternal when it was good. I'm sorry, he's loving it, it dries up right away. So now, Eric, take the baby from Julie. Try not to drop the nipple. Maybe I'll take it back from you. No, you hold it. And before handing the baby to your father, you read words as I am ready.
I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of circumcising my son, as commanded in the Torah. And God said to Abraham, you shall keep my covenant, you and your children after you. He who is 8 days old shall be circumcised, every male throughout your generations.
Okay, raise your father's lap. And this is a photo op. Okay, you take this from there. Okay, Julie, you take the baby from Eric's father. And we'll ask your father to sit in the same chair. Bring it to the okay, and you Ryan's in the chair of Elijah now. You made the baby to your father.
That's exactly how big
So both grandfathers and son, they both receive the baby in the chair of Elijah, and now they're both going to hold the baby during the circumcision. We will be back.
For my big sister. She wanted so much for me to experience the joys of motherhood, and I'm so glad I was able to tell her I was pregnant last summer, right before we lost her. In fact, she was the very first person I told when I was just 5 weeks along. It was in a quiet moment during her son Craig's bar mitzvah weekend. Exactly the kind of occasion that Vicky loved. An occasion about family, community, and Jewish traditions. Above everything else, Vicky was a very family-oriented person. All her Facebook profile photos are of our family, because that's what she was most proud of and wanted to share with the world. And there are photos from her daughter Talia's bar mitzvah and from Camp Ramah, testaments to her love of and commitment to the Jewish community who surrounded her and our family. She also had a very caring nature, evident in her choice of career as a nurse. She loved listening to her patients' stories and really became invested in each of them. I wish for Vance to grow up to share all these qualities with his Aunt Vicky: commitment to family and community, adherence to Jewish traditions, and a caring nature. After I told Vicky I was pregnant, she gave me a prayer card to carry in my wallet for a safe and healthy pregnancy and delivery, which I was very blessed to have had. I'd like to read part of that prayer now because I think it's also what Vicky would wish for Vance. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all evil. He will guard your soul. The Lord will guard your going and your coming from now and for all time.
And we also named him after my mother's father, Barry, of Barnett, who was a kind, very gentle man who wouldn't hurt a fly fishing. He was a entrepreneurial, musical gentleman who loved listening to WQXR, which is Vance's favorite. And every Sunday he would do the New York Times crossword puzzle with ink. And of course, Vance is a Davich, which is the name that we think an immigration officer gave to my grandfather Mo and his mother and brother at Ellis Island about 110 years ago. That's it.
This is wonderful. I mean, this is what's all about, it's connection. We say in Hebrew, the Lord goes from generation to generation. It's always bittersweet when they came here, relatives who wish to be here. But he's here now. They're here now in his presence. And as he grows up, hopefully you set off some of the good qualities that I think he had and the good character that Barnett had. Most importantly, I hope he grows up and makes a name for himself. And that's be the best way to have of honoring his family. So I will continue on top of page 4. Elohim 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 K'yemeh hayel hazel aviv limo v'karei shmo b'Yisrael Shai Barak ben Chaim Yitzhak v'Aviva Yismachav v'yatzil atzav v'kagel limo b'fri v'ito Yizeh hakaton gedol hieh B'shem shel nas v'frit Kein yikanes l'torah v'kipah u'lema'asim tovim. Our God and God of our mothers and fathers sustain this child through his parents' loving care. In the presence of loved ones, we give the name of Vance Davich, son of Julie and Eric, to be known in the Jewish community as Shai Barak ben Chaim Yitzhak Aviva. May his name be a source of joy as he's entering into the covenant, so there's like of Torah, Kupa, and Masim Tovim, the practice of good things. Now, everybody in the room, except for Julie and Eric, we read this blessing to them, putting the baby's first and second name in English in the blank space. May this family grow together in health and strength, in harmony, wisdom, and love. May we all share in the joy of seeing the Vance family grow into adulthood, a blessing to his family, his people, and all of humanity. Is your grandparents you can all sign a certificate? Whatever name you're going to be called as a grandparent. It's just Grandma, Barbara, Grandma, Shirley, whatever it's going to be. Put this up here, and then you can sign. And now, the next reading, next blessing, is you all, and thank you for opening your home. It's a beautiful place. Good for you.
Thanks for everybody coming. Vance Barrett, as your eyes are filled with wonder when you gaze at the world, may you be filled with wonder at the everyday miracles of life. As you startle to the world around you, so may you remain ever open to both to the happiness and to the pain of those you encounter in the world. As you cry for food and comfort now, so may you one day cry out to correct the injustices of the world, to help clothe the naked and feed the hungry. As your hand tightly grasps your parents' fingers, so may you grasp hold of learning and grow in knowledge and in wisdom.
We'll let you two fathers now speak the next meeting. Mitch, you too, Brian, you too.
Wine symbolizes joy, blessing, and happiness. The sweetness of its taste is the sweet joy that this child is born. The red of the wine is the red of life, blood, running through all of our veins, bringing life and growth.
Once before at your wedding, you shared a cup of wine in celebration of your joy. We ask you to drink again, for you now celebrate the needless rate of joy, the nurturing of your child, our grandchild.
And together, the six of you say the Kiddush together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri haolam.
Take a sip, you take the first sip. And pass you, the two of you, Julie and I take a sip, and they pass to your parents. And while you're taking a sip of wine, I will continue with the Misha Berach, for healing. Misha Berach, Havitenu, Hamitzak V'Yakov, V'Motenu, Surabeth V'Leim V'Rachel. Huyo Berach HaYel H'Rachanimo, V'Ropeo Tomei, for Shlema. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless this child who has just been circumcised and keep him from all harm. May his parents have the privilege of raising their son, educating him, and encouraging him to attain wisdom. Grant him health of mind and strength of body, that he may enjoy fullness of years and live to do your will and faithfulness. Then shall he bring blessing to his parents, his people, and all the world. And we say, Amen. Take this talis. It was wrapped around you at your wedding. And now it's wrapped around you as you hold this little baby in your arms. And at your wedding, possibly a rabbi might have said, now you're wrapping the talis, and the talis is not just a prayer shawl, but it's also the thought of a road of responsibility. You're responsible for each other, that's why you wrap the talis. And you now have this awesome responsibility of taking care of this baby. He does a normal thing, he's crying. That's okay. He didn't cry when I did, he knows why he's crying. So now, the 6 of you are going to bless this baby with the threefold priestly benediction. I will say each line in Hebrew, and you're going to follow me line by line in English. I'm putting it down right there. Okay? Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Adonai panav v'lecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav v'lecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God reach out to you in tenderness and give you peace.
Be this God's will.
Be this God.
Together, let's all say the Shechianu. Baruch
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'ehyanu v'kiyamanu v'kiyamanu v'zman.
That's our prayer of thanksgiving. You two translate it.
We praise you, eternal one, sovereign God of the universe, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this day. O God, for the gift of our child, we give thanks, praying that we will be worthy of the blessing and responsibility of parenthood.
Mazel tov. We're giving two grandpas. Let's make it a sacred event, okay? Grandparents, together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Now we all say the big M word? Mazel tov. No, the M word. Mazel tov.